Hello, it is Mac here, and today I'm going to talk about Rockstar supporting the stunting community and the racing community in GTA 5 and GTA Online. So, Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2 just came out yesterday, and I kind of want to be talking about Ill-Gotten Gains Part 2, as well as some support that Rockstar will be doing for GTA 5 and GTA Online. Now, with the patch notes update news article, which I will leave in the description, they talk about some of the things that came out with the DLC, like all the new cars, all the new features, and stuff like that. And they do this for all DLCs, but at the end they say a pretty lengthy paragraph talking about the update and making the creator better. So they say, and as always, this new title update 1.28 additionally includes many other new enhancements, improvements, and fixes for known issues. Amongst these items by popular demand will be the ability for creators to make custom jobs at the Los Santos International Airport and the Fort Zancudo military base for the first time. We can't wait to see what the creator community cooks up in those previously off-limits areas. We've received lots of fantastic feedback to the official GTA Online feedback inbox, and if you go click the link in the description, it will take you there, from the creator community about features they'd like to see. One such update that we are currently working on for our next update is a new feature to enable creators to properly stat props and add in proper support for the highly requested feature powering super fun mega ramps, loops, and parkour courses. Please stay tuned for more information on that. Thanks again to the entire creator community for their amazing innovative work and very detailed feedback. We encourage all players to continue sending their wish list and suggestions to gtonline@rockstargames.com, as it is of invaluable help in informing positive fixes, tweaks, and other updates to the game. So they say that, and I honestly am pretty happy that they say that. Now, first off, I want to say that personally, I'm not a huge fan of like the super mega ramp races and loop races and all that. Just something about those type of races, I just don't really find fun. I don't really like playing them because, I don't know, for me, races, I like, being more on the ground, on street races. I don't mind a few jumps here and there, but whenever the whole race is, super mega ramps and all that, I don't really like that. For me, racing, I just really like going, around a track or doing some street racing or something like that. I just don't really like those kind of races with super mega ramps and stuff. But honestly, I'm actually a pretty big fan of parkour courses, although the problem with them is they're pretty hard to do in this game. And it is quite nice that they will be adding some extra stuff like that, parkour courses and stuff. Because whenever you're doing a parkour course, you have to base it off of the stuff that you're already given, like in the world. You can't place buildings and stuff, which is one problem I have with it. Now, with title update 1.27, Rockstar kind of messed up the creator where you couldn't stack props. Now, that has been fixed in 1.28. Now, in title update 1.28, one of the biggest changes was where you could now place props at the Los Santos International Airport and Fort Zancudo military base. While that is nice, and it does, make almost the entire world be able to be placed, the problem with Fort Zancudo and Los Santos is that they're more flat. So, I don't know what we'll see there. So we'll have to see how this change works. I mean, just for races and stuff, since it's so flat, we'll have to see what happens there. So, you will have to place a lot of props, that you have, because there's not going to be any buildings there and stuff. So we'll have to see what happens there. But I'm probably going to be, making a few jobs in Fort Zancudo in Los Santos International Airport, which is nice. But, they have said that one such update, they will be helping out the creator community. Now, you may remember back a few weeks ago, Rockstar made it so that if you go to the website, if you go to the social club, you go to like jobs, and I think after you select race, you would see one of the job types would be stunt race, and this would be where air race and land race and all those would be. You would have stunt race, and it had a picture of like a car going off a ramp. It wasn't too interesting because there wasn't much information there, and I didn't make a video on it just because of that. But it did show them that they maybe were working on something called stunt race. And if you think about stunt race, that's probably something like big ramps or something, and you'd get points to that. What I was thinking for stunt race would be something like if you remember back to Burnout, there was some there was some job in there where you had to get as many points as possible. So I was thinking you'd get points for maybe hitting some objects while you're driving, or doing ramps and getting airtime and doing loops and barrel rolls in the sky and drifting and all that. And I think that would be very fun. So it wouldn't necessarily be based off of your placement. It would just be based off of how much of a show off you are. And I think that would be a good twist on the racing community and the racing aspect in the game, because they haven't really fixed a lot of problems with racing in GTA. There's a lot of problems, and there's a lot of problems with a lot of the jobs in the game. But whenever it comes to racing, there's a lot of problems with it. A lot of features that people would really like to see added. And there's a post on the support page, and it's one of the top posts, and it was about the creator and some problems with the creator. I'll leave a link to that in the description if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it because I don't know if it's still there because I saw it a long time ago. But there was a post about that, and it was one of the top rated posts. So it should Rockstar should have seen it because it is one of the top posts there. Honestly, they've kind of been neglecting the creator community, and it is quite nice that they are going to be supporting it a bit more. And if we do give our feedback, hopefully they will listen to it. A few problems I'd love to see fixed with the creator is, one, I would just love it if we could place DLC weapons. It doesn't make any sense why we can't. So I would really like that. Another thing I would like to see with the creator, I don't know if this will ever happen, but honestly, I would really like it to be able to place small buildings. Now, I'm not talking like super big buildings, but I'm talking maybe airport hangars, or the little shacks, or little areas that you can go inside of. I would love to be able to place those. Imagine if you could take the building where the O'Neills live, because you can actually go inside of there. Imagine if you go in there and place it anywhere you like. Now, of course, you'd need a flat area, so it'd be best in like the airport or something, because you'd need a flat area for that building. But that would be quite nice. And I don't know if they have buildings like that. Or, imagine like the lighthouse or something. I don't know if those are like separate assets that they could make. So I don't know about that. But I would really like to be able to place, buildings and stuff. And just more props. And honestly, I would really like the props, section of your creator to be more organized. I mean, if you go to like props and you go to barriers, there's tons of props there. And it takes a long time to sort through them. So I'd really like that to be fixed sometime. But overall, I'm pretty excited to see what they do with the creator. Now, who knows if the next update will be like a creator update, like creator only, or who knows if, that would just be something added on. Who knows what will happen. Like, will the next update possibly just be a fix to the creator and, add in all these new game modes and add in a lot of things with it? Or will it, will we get a new update with new cars, new guns and all that and see this? Who knows what will happen, but I'm pretty excited. Now, if you have any, things you'd like to see with the new update, definitely leave them in the comments. And, if you want, just go put them on the GT Online feedback inbox. And let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. And hope you enjoy. Feedback is always pushing. I'll see you guys in the next video.